Hey tech fans, I'm Kelly Basie, and this is another week of the Gem Factor. Wait for it. Woo, gems, and they're exploding. Okay, what are they exploding about, and what is the Gem Factor? Great question. Well, we talk about jobs, and we talk about one job specifically each week, and we rank it on a series of gems or reasons on why you're gonna quit your current job for this job. And these gems are, extraordinary, right? So we talk about the salary, we talk about the perks, the coolness of the job. And again, it's gonna really be exciting enough for you to watch and again, quit your job tomorrow for this one. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to this week's job. Ready? Awesome. This week's job is an IBM Business Process Manager. So the first gem or reason, again, on why you're going to quit for this one, is the tech stack. Let's talk about this tech stack. So what does a person need for this particular role? At least 3 years within IT infrastructure. So not a developer, not a graphic designer, not even a project manager. We need you to be in the infrastructure section of IT. Also, 3 years within IBM products. So something like a FileNet, enterprise records, and of course, the business process manager side, hence why it's called the business process manager position. We need to see at least 3 years experience with that. If you have more, awesome. That means you'll probably get paid more for this role. But if you don't have quite that amount of experience or you're looking to break into something like this, you'll need to talk to us about it because it may not be the best fit for you. Also, if you've had experience working within Oracle, SQL, even WebSphere is, preferred. Most of these are preferred, but just database experience, healthy database experience, and a bachelor's degree in IT. Can't really be something else, art history or whatever. It has to be computer science or management information systems, something similar. Some extras, if you have, this would be a bonus. So Captiva, Tivoli, Lombardi. Also, always good to have that disaster recovery side, as well as just an enterprise level environment. Now, if you've been working on some of these IBM products, you're going to probably have the enterprise experience, but the more you have with it, the better. So at the end, we always give a ranking of each gem. And I actually give this an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I would say strong tech stack for this sort of role, but it's pretty specific. And I would say this role doesn't have a lot of leverage for extras around it if you don't have experience. So that's why I give it 8 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's like always the perfect find or the perfect fit. But they are working with the latest version, so that's always a plus. So next, we move on to salary. We talk about salary here on this show. We do it because we want you to know and we want you to get excited about it. Now, take a look at this. Up to $115,000 for an IBM Business Process Manager. Sounds like a lot of money for rightly so, your skill set. If you have a little less or a little more experience, that's really the cap, up to 115. So like if you're 10 years in, probably closer to that. If you have less, probably a little bit lower. We'll work with you on that. We can explain more about that. But in addition to the salary, I want to talk about these benefits for a second. Generous. When I say generous, medical, dental, vision, disability side, also health savings plan as well, parking reimbursement, and even stock and investment programs for this particular organization. Hence the size of it. Also why, good, decent salary. So I give this a 10. 10 out of 10 for a salary. It's really right up there within market value, especially in the Midwest. Oh, we pause. Who's Emerald RG? That's us. We're Emerald Resource Group, and we are an IT recruiting firm, if you haven't figured it out yet. And this is our Twitter, Emerald RG, Emerald Resource Group. Tweet us, find us, share some articles with us, etc. Comment on the jobs and the videos. We post a lot of different jobs throughout the week of other ones that we're working on and trying to help our clients with, but help find you like a dream job. We also post industry articles and etc. on there. So go ahead, find us, comment us, friend us, all that fun stuff. But even more importantly, you see this email at the bottom, Tim at Emerald Resource Group. Well, let's meet him. Tim, bam, is the recruiter working on this particular role. And Tim Frater knows a lot about the industry, in particular the infrastructure side. This is his niche. And he's more than happy to talk to you more about it. He's the one that's going to be reviewing your resume, talking to you about the position, and then working with you as a hiring staff. So talk to Tim. He's friendly, smiles, has a good time. I think you'll have a good working relationship with him. Let's get back to the gems. Okay, so growth. What is the growth factor? Like, what about this company is growing, the industry, and within the role, what growth potentials are there? Well, it's $1 billion company, multi-billion, a lot of billions, and US-wide, right? So particularly, they have close to 20,000 employees. That's a lot of employees. It's a lot of money. Hence, this isn't just a little startup, okay? That means within a large organization, there's a lot of mobility as it relates to growth in the role. So come in as a manager. From there, though, you can spread out horizontally and just kind of switch from different departments or learn some different techniques and training as it relates to technology and maybe become a manager of something else. Or as you grow up, maybe you're a director. Maybe you are eventually a VP of technology in some way. Or you create your own team. Who knows? I just think the future is out there for you in this organization. It really is. And lastly, because it's just $1 billion company and it's publicly traded and been around for quite a while, really, there's a stable environment here. They're using the latest and greatest technologies. For somebody like this with specific skill sets, you're not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about your job being replaced by anybody. I mean, they need you. So this opportunity, I give it a 10 out of 10 out of growth. Tons of future visions ahead for somebody like you coming into this. So next we move into the flexibility. So what about this role is, flexible? Like, do you have a little bit of a variable schedule, etc.? Well, check this out. You can work up to 100% remote. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, we've never, just pause for a second. If you've been watching, you know this. We've never really have 100% remote jobs ever. Maybe you have like a couple days off here and there. But this, you can work 100% remote. And that means you don't have to live in Cleveland. You could live anywhere else. You don't even have to relocate, right? That's great news for people that maybe are looking to better themselves and you're living somewhere different than Ohio. You don't have to change and move your whole family across town. Or if you're interested in doing that, you totally can. You could totally go into the office even so, but they give you that option. Flexibility now, on the other hand, for somebody on the infrastructure side and somebody in this sort of role is limited when it comes to emergency situations. You will have to be on call. You're not the first tier of on-call side, but you're definitely there if something escalates. So your flexibility can hinder a little bit, when it comes to total relief and release of work. Again, emergency situations. So just recognize that while you're 100% remote, you may have to, give and take a little bit. But given that and the flexibility, there's certain core hours in this organization. You can flex your time of when you're reporting into the office, even if it's via remote. So you have a doctor's appointment in the morning, you can work a little bit later of a schedule, or you have to cut out in the middle of the day. They understand. They're humans. These managers get it. This organization understands, and they want to be there for their employees. So I give this an 8 out of 10 on flexibility. And the only reason I don't give it a 10 out of 10 is truly because, the on-call factor. I think the remote factor gives it a pretty high ranking itself, but I have to ding it a little bit for that. So 8 out of 10, awesome. Pause again for Stingray Tech. Who's stingraytech.com? Well, you should go there. Pause this and go there right now because they are our video friends, and they're the ones putting this production on all the time. I fly out to Hollywood all the time. See, here I am, Hollywood. Woo. Actually, just kidding. I'm not in Hollywood. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, and I can make these sort of videos all the time with our friends at Stingray Tech. They understand our vision, which is to promote our vision to you, really, finding qualified folks for awesome opportunities in the areas that we work, and they could do that for you too. So whether you're promoting maybe an education tool or talking about the latest software out there, or you want to make a video about your cats, I don't know, talk to them. They're the ones that can make it happen. So Stingray Tech, they truly are the video experts. Back to the gem factor. Perks. So this is our 5th gem, and let's talk about the perks for a second. Training. Who doesn't want training, and who doesn't want a little extra on the resume? They can set you up with leadership development tracks as well as technical training. I think that's important when it's company paid. You don't have to worry about, on your own dime trying to better your, whatever you're doing during this time. They can definitely assist you with some of that. And then speaking of assistance, they offer employee assistant programs. So maybe you're going through a rough patch and you need a little counseling, or there's some things that you're going through with family, and maybe it's adoption related, or etc. I don't know, but they offer this and sort of these programs from an employee assistant space. And I know the company I work with we're small. We don't always get these opportunities, but a large organization like this, if they're willing to give back to over 20,000 employees and really help them out, that says a lot about the organization. Also, as it relates to education, if you're going back to school, if you want to get your master's, or you're going for your doctorate, I don't know, or you just have ambition to take some extra courses, they'll reimburse you for that. Again, take opportunities like this, because not all of us have that opportunity. And maybe you're stuck at a job that you're just saying, oh, I just want to get to my master's. I just have this drive and desire, but I can't afford it. Well, an organization like this can help really track that out for you. And lastly, discounts. I always think this is a perk, depending on the services that they're in. Awesome discounts on some products, and even free opportunities. What are those discounts? What are they for? Can't give it away. Talk to Tim. He can explain more about it, but something you definitely want to take advantage for. So overall, perks, what do I rank it? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for perks. Ooh, perks. 10 out of 10. Strong ranking for it. Last but certainly not least is the coolness factor. Why is this so cool, and why are you at the edge of your seat, and why is she so excited? Well, let me tell you, over 120 years in business and more, 120 plus, long-standing history, and their headquarters is here in the Midwest, in Cleveland. Cleveland rocks, folks. Props that you carry. All right, well, 120 years in business, stability, going strong. They've been awarded multiple times in some of the efforts that they've been doing. So the giving back side, especially, like they are so community focused. So one of the awards, top 50 of the most community-minded companies in America. Pretty big accomplishment, right? They also have regular service days, and then they sponsor for community service for the teams, and then they sponsor all sorts of activities around town and across the nation. I mean, it's unbelievable. They'll even match your donations to any nonprofits out there. So if some of you regularly give to certain places, they'll match your donations through this foundation. So pretty neat. And I would say they're also known for diversity, whether it's human rights, minorities, and even military folks. But also they've been awarded for their products and services that they offer. So truly noted in their industry and in the community alike. Hence, coolness, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Can't say that a lot about some of the organizations that are around here. While they come close, I would say this one is definitely leading its industry and impact. So, the moment that we always wait for, what is the final gem ranking? Ready? Bam, 56 out of 60. One strong ranking. All right, so what do you do from here? A couple things. Apply. If this was for you and you're thinking, this screams my name, I've been waiting for something like this, what are you waiting for? Send the resume in, talk to Tim at emeraldresourcegroup.com. Call us up on our main line, go to our website, emeraldresourcegroup.com. You'll find us there. You can get in contact with us in many different ways. Or maybe this wasn't for you, but you're thinking of your neighbor the whole time. Or like you know your coworker is miserable because they're just waiting to advance and he's stuck where he's at, or he or she's stuck, be a good friend and tell them about something that maybe is really going to better their life and motivate them. Okay, tell a friend, because I guarantee the next video or two will probably be more of your match. Again, we make these every week, and we do it for you. So help a friend out now, guarantee it'll come back around to you. And lastly, retweet this, favorite this, post it. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, on YouTube as well, where you can find more of these videos. Promote it. Do that for us for jobs in the community, really. I mean, we're really excited for, as people keep hearing about jobs that they're excited about. I mean, it's truly making a difference here in this IT tech community here. So with that, this was the Gem Factor. Bam. And I'm Kelly Basie. Have a great one. I will see you next week.